Oh, welcome back again. We're on like the second last of the videos and like the internal issues side of things. Little things you might think are structural, like a bad back or general achiness somewhere, can actually be internal. Plus, if you're like way overweight, right, you're putting a lot of stress on things that doesn't need to be there. Lymphatics, when they're backed up, you could be sticky. So it's important to do the internal stuff first, or at least simultaneously. So anyway, this video, we're going to concentrate on more of why you're sick by eating the wrong things, right? I'm going to show you wild lettuce. This is a wild lettuce. This is another example here. This one's been hit with a weed whacker a couple times, so the seed head's gone. It grew out a little fluffier, but it's still wild lettuce. This is a wild spinach. Look at that, a little scraggly. This is a wild olive. It's not like ripe yet, but still, even when it's ripe, it'll be mostly seed, a little bit of meat on it. It's edible, but not anything I run around the corner for. Right. These are examples of foods you can also find in the store. But they look nothing alike because everything in the store is a man-made hybrid. It's all grown for size, color, and whatnot. And sweetness, frankly, more sugars. It's not what you evolved eating. You're not going to walk around and find like a big cornfield. There's its wild cousin, right, of corn, but it's nothing they don't look alike, really, right? You trip over one and not notice it, the wild one. Same with wheat. You don't really find wild wheat anywhere. If there's a wild cousin, right, the original, but it's nothing like you'd recognize in the wheat field. Or you know what I'm saying. So anyway, all of that food in the store is unnatural, the fruits and the veggies. It's just not found in nature. Natural things were readily available, food-wise, readily edible. They never make it to seed and proliferate. A wild broccoli is a good example. The head on that's maybe the size of the end of your thumb. It's not this big wad of stuff you find in the store. The wild stuff is spicy. Got kind of a horseradishy heatness to it. They're good, but you can't eat a lot of them. It'll just burn up your stomach. Plants do not want really to be edible. Also just accessibility. If you watch the show Naked and Afraid, I think it's called, two naked people out in the middle of God knows where. They have locations all around the world, but they all lose weight over the course of this 3-week period because just not a lot of vegetation that's readily available. If they do okay, it's because they found something and killed it and ate it. Even at that, if you trying to survive, we're going to try and live off of rabbits. If you eat just the meat, you're going to starve to death and lose weight. Just calorie availability from plants, right? All those sugars, natural plants, and even the proteins just isn't there to keep you sustained. If you're going to try and live all rabbits, you have to eat the guts. You throw away like the large intestine and fry up the rest of it, because that's where the fats are. The brains, eyeballs, and stuff. That's what your body is designed to get calories from. That is the way your liver, this is super important, is designed to work. off of fat. Fats that vegans cheat with, yes, and that's the word to use, like avocados. Once again, it's a man-made thing, or a man-made hybrid, anyway. And what avocados, what is olive oil? I mean, the olives that they get that oil from, maybe a few thousand years old and super awesome, but it's still a man-made variety. It doesn't exist in nature. It's not what you evolved. Plus, I'm going to add in farm machinery and, oil-driven motors and stuff, gas-driven. They make just the availability of all these calories that much more greater or easier. There's just no way you could get your calories from all of that food naturally. It's all artificial. And that's what's making you sick. So next time we will draw some pictures. I'll have a liver and a large intestine up there. We'll kind of tie everything together and see why your liver is backed up and your gut's so filthy and how that's giving you a disease situation. Thank you.